again. Anthony Edwards, 3 threes and a dunk. He has accounted for 11 of the Wolves' 15 points. Jamal Mosley needs a timeout here. 7:55 left to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Wolves had built themselves a 9-point lead at that point, 15-6. Part of an 11-2 burst from the Timberwolves. Ant had all 11 of those points, and he was just getting started as he continued to pour it on later in the frame.
Did knock down the free throw. He's now hit his last 11 over the last 2 games. And straight away again, he buries that. And he hit that over R.J. Hampton. Wow. 19 here in the first quarter for Anthony Edwards.
19 on 7 of 10 shooting, 5 of 8 from deep, and also 3 assists. So it's not like he was just looking to score for himself. Wolves hang up a 42-point quarter on the Magic. They led 42-24 after one, a sign of things to come. So like was the case on Sunday in Cleveland, no Donovan Mitchell, no Jarrett Allen for the Cavs. Then the Wolves able to put up a 40 spot on the Cavs. Similar unfolding first 12 minutes of the action tonight in Orlando. Wolves then started the second quarter with a 7-0 burst. Magic briefly rallying as close as 17, but the Wolves answering right back. And after Ant carried the way in the first frame, Karl Anthony Towns did a lot of the heavy lifting in the second.
Here's Bull, off balance, off the wrong foot, throws one up off the back iron, and the Timberwolves have the rebound. Here's Ant on the move. Stops at the three-point line, bounce pass, cutting Towns, dunk, and a foul. What a find by Anthony Edwards. He saw that coming. Cat was on the move to his left. Beautiful cut. Boy, you can see the chemistry start to build. These guys now are getting familiar with where their teammates are.
Yeah, you could see it growing. Guys moving the basketball, knowing each other's spots, and the Wolves having all kinds of fun in that first half. Karl Anthony Towns, 13 in the second quarter alone. He had 17 in the first half. The guy who just celebrated his 27th birthday yesterday. He and the Wolves shoot 58% from the field in that first half, 40% from deep. When the dust had settled on those first 2 quarters, the Wolves led it 74-49, a 25-point halftime cushion. Orlando, once again, as we opened up the third quarter, they rallied to within 18, but Ant doing his best to keep the Magic at arm's length through that third frame.
And the Wolves know all about that. It was, up until 3 years ago, they had only once in their franchise's history outscored their opponents at the three-point line over the course of a season. And straight away on the 3, strokes it over Mo Bamba. Just setting them up. A little crossover dribble, getting in rhythm, firing away, and connecting on his 7th 3 of the game. 32 for Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, funny that as Allen is talking about some of the historical three-point shooting struggles for this Timberwolves team, Ant calmly knocking down his 7th tray through 3 quarters. He finished with 35. He and the Wolves carrying an 18-point cushion into the fourth, 98-80. So if you've been paying attention, even just going back only to Sunday's win in Cleveland, you know that an 18-point lead with 12 minutes to play is not the time to exhale and walk away. The Cavs rallied from down as many as 22 early in the fourth to as close as 2. And the Magic, well, they didn't get quite that close, but they put on a rally. They scored the first 9 points of the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden, thanks to a 16-2 run that spanned the end of the third and start of the fourth, Orlando within single digits. But like he did early in the first quarter or throughout the first quarter of Sunday's win, D'Angelo Russell proved to be the calming presence when the Wolves needed it the most.
D'Lo 8 points, 5 assists. Towns to the corner as McDaniels right back to Russell. 8 to shoot. D'Lo with the ball in his hands against Bull up top. Rocks it, now fires, right angle. 3, good. How about that from D'Angelo Russell over the 7'2" Bull. 112-97, the Wolves lead by 15 with 5:15 left to play.
The 11 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds tonight for D'Lo, fairly pedestrian when compared to the 30 points and 11 dimes in Sunday's win. But after Orlando rallied as close as 9, D'Lo and the Wolves answering with a 14-6 run to reestablish a 15-point cushion. And D'Lo, he had 7 of those 14 points during that burst, part of a larger 23-10 Timberwolves run to slam the door shut on that Magic rally. Minnesota ultimately cruising to a 126-108 win Wolves are now 7-8 on their season, and for the second straight game, they jump on their opponent early and then parry away a second half surge. Magic dropped to 4-11